What the hell? Jeez. Look, I didn't have a chance, all right? Okay? I knew you would react this way. I knew you would freak out and wouldn't believe me. That's why I didn't say anything. Look, there was just this one big pot of stew, okay? He just made this one big pot, and we both ate from it. What was I supposed to do? Poison myself? 2 hours and 18 minutes. How did you know I was at his house last night? Were you following me? You bugged my car? You put a bug on my car? The ricin! He's dying because someone gave it to him. And only you and I were the only two people on Earth who knew about it. I had it. I had the cigarette with the ricin in my pack this morning. The last time I saw Brock was last night. And this morning, I switched the cigarette into a new pack. There's no way Brock took it himself. You had Saul do it. Yeah, I went to his office. He called me and just had to see me today. His big man mountain bodyguard patted me down. That's when he must have sold off of me, right? That's the plan. Was that the plan?
Just put the gun down, okay? Just put it down and we'll talk, all right? You tell me what it is you think I did. You haven't been with Gus. You haven't seen Gus. You haven't spoken to Gus.
Why are
You weren't at Gus's house last night. You look me in the eye and you tell me that you weren't at his house last night. 2 hours and 18 minutes, and you couldn't figure out a way to give it to him. You had one thing to do. One thing. That is the only thing, I might add, that would save our lives. And you were right there. You were in his house. And you didn't have the guts to do it. You never had any intention of killing him, did you? 7:10 to 9:28 p.m. 2 hours and 18 minutes. But you had no intentions, did you? Not the slightest intention. I'm sorry, after everything you've done for me, what you've done for me, you killed me is what you've done. You've signed my death warrant. And now you want advice? All right, I'll give you advice. Go to Mexico and screw up like I know you will, and wind up in a barrel somewhere. You're not thinking clearly. Listen, you said it yourself, that you had it this morning. Then when could I have possibly gotten it?
Please. We can prove that it works. No, he's my new partner. It's, Counselor Tallis. And I'm not sure. Do you know what the success rate for Senior Academy inventors is? 3%. We're no strangers to failure. What makes this the city of progress is that we keep trying until we get it right. So thank you for your advice, Mrs. Medorda. But I have a city to run. I was reminded recently of what brought us together in the first place. The threats beyond our walls. Free trade routes, blanket amnesty, unrestricted access to the Hexgate sovereignty. You really think you're in a position to demand all this? I am afraid. Today I got a glimpse of what war between us might look like. Your people wouldn't stand a chance. Council couldn't care less. I'm trying to save you from annihilation.
Oh, I can see that. I mean, there's so much crime to thwart outside your family's tent. It's your fault, really, for not following her into a career more befitting your station.
We can learn from what he doesn't tell us. You're not always gonna get a chatty Cathy like Kemper. What would these two guys talk about? Would Brudos share with Kemper everything he's done? These are two organized killers, but they're on opposite sides of the spectrum when it comes to what they'll admit to. Kemper is overly forthcoming. Brudos denies everything, even when confronted with evidence. It's a new behavior to sort by. Post-conviction admission or non-admission of guilt. I'm telling you, you did. My study? Once we've collected all the data, then we can all apply it. Any coffee? What's in the box? Well, thank you for illuminating me on male rituals.
Hi. What are you doing here? Did he mention anything about Stevie Wonder and his connection to 9/11? The hell? Is there no child ghost confidentiality anymore? I don't know. Look, I got a boner watching the PBNYC trailer, like a big hard boner. And I don't know how to talk to girls, but I want to jizz all the time. And I'm so awkward around everyone except you, because we're best friends. And I guess it just seemed like being gay might actually be great. But now that I'm saying it out loud, I don't know. I wish there was some way to know. I mean, I've never even kissed a guy. I've never kissed anyone for that matter. No. Your mouth is fine. I just didn't feel anything. Maybe I'm not gay. But, thank you for kissing me? Oh, I can't believe that you were my first kiss. What am I going to tell my grandkids?
you going with this? Thinking about... You don't know. Jesus, Debbie, come on. Okay, well, when I first got here, you didn't get up to greet me. And you didn't invite me inside, but you won't come to dinner with me. You've been sitting here this whole time with your arms crossed, which I know from you is a bad sign. You've been in a shitty mood the last 10 times we've been together, and you're always starting arguments, and you've been assessing me in a very negative light. And in spite of your recent confusion about your degree, you stay up late every single night doing homework, leaving me to go to bed alone. When I first got here, you offered me a sip of your wine, which could be construed as welcoming, but even though you knew that I was coming from the airport, you didn't bring an extra glass, and half the bottle is gone. Which means you're trying to take the edge off so that you can break up with me? Let's not drag this out. I'll pick up my stuff next week. I'll let you know when I'm coming by in case you don't want to be here. Yeah, the whole talking to Kemper thing. If they're corresponding, it could screw up our whole thing. How is the study valid if our subjects can compare notes? Wouldn't it be cross-contamination?
How exactly do you propose we go about this? And what do I have? Yes, Matilda. My parents named me Matilda after my great-grandmother.
I took a look at your file. There's no record of you or your crimes. What are you here for? You attacked an inmate. Why? He was a witness in an ongoing investigation. Does this mean anything to you? There was an attack. This is evidence. I need proof if I'm to believe what you're saying about Silco. I've got orders from Councillor Tallis concerning inmate 516. How many chats have you had with her? I can only imagine the strings she pulled to have me posted here. She'd do anything to keep me from seeing the real world.
Aggie. My name was Aggie. I remember my mommy brought me here once. We sat under the tree and she told me stories. They all had happy endings. And then those horrible men came and took me away, and I never saw her again. What about the people who hurt you? Don't you ever want to make them suffer? That story you were telling, how does it end?
Bunk is already way better. The boys were such scrote. I'm just gonna wear my own clothes.
Are you here to tell me I'm butch or ask me what my crotch looks like?
I used to love it here. Last summer, the boys threw me a pizza party when I pissed in Milk's liquid soap. When I started going through puberty, it was like this monster showed up.
Didn't feel right either. It was something more than that.
It was like I was vibrating at this weird frequency all the time. And the boys are dicks, and the girls are also dicks.
Because my truth is simple, and your truth's complicated.
Complicated how?
Well, you don't see it, but the only truth is now. Now is the only thing that's real. These people you call a family, they're just children that you didn't want. You threw them out like trash. So I picked them up off the side of the road, and I said this: in love, there is no wrong. You're a family man, Agent 10? Yeah, he's a family man too, with his keys and his gun. He's teaching his children right now. They're learning his beliefs, and they'll be living them. And you're teaching your children. Look at yourself. Judge the lies you live in. These children that come at you with knives, they're your children. You taught them. I didn't teach them. I just tried to help them stand up. Well, so now it's my fault? It's my fault that your children do what they do? Your own children, who you were neglecting? Well, if you know, you know. You don't need to talk to me. It's yourself you need to talk to.
My sunny personality. Bummer. Couldn't have put it better. Hey, give Silco a kiss on that winning eye of his, will you? Okay, this is getting old. Can you just send in whoever's gonna kick the shit out of me so I can get on with my night? Where did you get this? They all do. How can anyone not know that? Where did you find this? I could get it for you. Just not from in here. Someone like me? You enforcers are all the same. Just asshole criminals in fancy uniforms. You know what? Find Silco yourself. Undercity's gonna eat you alive. What have you done with my sister? I'm gonna find her and erase whatever fucked up delusions you put in her head. But first, I'm gonna bring your bullshit empire down all around you.
I've been around crazy. I was in the Army. Road school was a cakewalk. I didn't mind talking about this stuff, but what the fuck did I even know? I'm running on fumes. I'm talking to you. You are professional. It's not like that. He's fucking immune. How do I tap into that? Let me explain something, Wendy. Guys communicate in a certain way. It can be rough, but it's like a code. It gets out the conflict. What counts is that you ordered the deaths of 7 people. 8, if you count an unborn baby.
I believe someone should have said that earlier. What happened here? Nor was this approved by the Academy. Who authorized your research? I'm assistant to the Dean of the Academy, who it may serve you to remember is also head of the Council. He sent me here to ensure that anything dangerous is removed safely, which, according to my list, includes you. And that's for the Council to decide. Actually, yes, but only because you signed your notes. Every page, I might add. A little egotistical, don't you think? They think. They adapt. Of course not. I can't figure out why it's not working. I'm probably going to sleep here tonight. How much time do I have? You have to destroy it. In the pursuit of great, we fail to do good.
I don't want to celebrate Christmas. I don't want Caitlyn living here, and I definitely don't want some cheese baby. Wait a minute. I'm gonna have a baby, but I don't even have sex? Isn't that like all of the calories but none of the fun? No, of course not. I hate Natalie because last summer she called me firecrotch and the whole camp made fun of my burning bush. Had my eyes moved, and she gets a $5,000 coat? You know what? No, she never said anything nice to me, and Karma's a bitch. No, we used to have so much fun. Why is it so weird now? I really like Nick.
Jessi! Since last week sucked ass, I got you a Frappuccino just how you like it. Iced chocolate, 10 pumps of caramel, no coffee, extra whip. Chill, bitch! I'm obviously drinking half of that. Funny. Now drink the fucking frap. I spent my life savings on that shit.
What the fuck is going on? Sammy, can we dial back the drama a fucking smidge?
You're right.
No! Jessi, why couldn't you just have been cool with her?
No one's asking you to. These are simply favors amongst friends. You're a symbol of the future now, Jayce, whether you like it or not. With that comes the potential to shape your own destiny. The Council assumes you'll fail. Time to prove them all wrong. Once again. I hope you'll understand, Jayce had to make a show of safety, but he's here now to negotiate all his deals personally. Councillor Tallis is willing to reinstate former trade privileges to those who share his vision. Can we count you amongst them? Well, the man's a fool. With him, you'd be investing in the past. With us, you'd be investing in the future. Hextech partners, your audience awaits. Counselor. Willing to risk exile for your endeavor. That's quite the conviction. You couldn't do so earlier today. How is tonight any different? You're the professor's assistant.
I spoke to Duke? No, we actually talked about you. You said you think you might be gay? What? Well, is it true? It was scientific. I was just trying to help. Did you feel anything? So, are the test results in? My pleasure. Yeah, sorry I sent back my food. See, I thought tilapia was a kind of pasta. Love that. That's what this is missing, right? Being friends. Thanks, I got it for my aunt's first wedding. This is so great. I'm friends with my girlfriend.
Do they teach military history at your academy, Mr. Tallis? The Elorian general, Sonam Palek, used to find ways to meet his enemies blindfolded. He said a man's mind hides behind his body. Somehow I doubt he ever tried this. Among other things. Squeeze, child. You won't break it. The threat of the Undercity is real. Your leadership is impotent. Who said anything about Piltover? The Council is the problem. The mind hiding behind the body. Navigating your current crisis requires expertise you lack. Wait, I see why this province and my daughter have fallen for you. You have the passion of youth. I have experience. I want you to succeed here, Jayce, to grace the world with Hextech. But if you don't accept certain realities, I fear you'll end up like General Palek, slaughtered with your eyes closed.
Those kids look up to you. You know, but you don't know. When people look up to you, you don't get to be selfish. You say run, they run. You say swim, they dive in. You say light a fire, they show up with oil. But whatever happens, it's on you. Just like it's on me what happens to us down here. We make ourselves a problem for Piltover, and they will send the enforcers. You're not hearing me. That path, this, it's not going to solve your problems. Just makes more of them.
We clear? How'd you get this? On our side? Who? Where is it now? All of it? Good. Nothing can tie you to what happened up there. You're gonna have to lay low for a bit, understand? I'll take care of it. Oh, you did put that idiot on his arse, though, right?
I think Ada's trying to tell me to behave myself. Behave myself or what? Behave myself or fucking what? Whilst working for this company, I have killed a man. I have lost a man. I have found a son. I have nearly lost a son. I have nearly lost my own life. Now, I will accept my job back if the terms on offer are favourable. But I will not behave myself.
Game for good. See, normally I can tell about a person, but with you, Tommy knows as well. Turned out that copper as good as told him this morning, but I wanted to hear it from your own lips. Like I say, instinct's a funny thing. You fell for Tommy for real, didn't you? Thought you'd come in here and stitch us all up. I mean, we've had some coppers knocks in here, but you...
We aren't due for an assembly. You're all wondering, are you? The border issue is temporary. Jinx will deal with it. Have you forgotten where we came from? The mines they had us in? Air so thick it clogged your throat. Stuck in your eyes. But I pulled you all up from the depths. Offered you a taste of topside. And fresh air. I gave you life. Purpose. But you've grown fat and complacent. Too much time in the sun. We came from a world where there was never enough to go round. That is why we fight. Do you remember? Don't forget again. Good meeting.